Alrighty, let's get going, guys. Let's start with our warm-up. We're doing a sort of a full body workout today. We do have some plank positions, some upper body stuff. If you find it too uncomfortable, then we can do a modification. You can just do some squats, you can do some wall squat. So I'll see if you're able to do it. If you're not able to do it, you can hold the plank or do a variation that suits you. If it really is too much, then please just rest in that. Do a stretch. Okay. Good. And let's roll those shoulders. Having a nice short warm up, but getting everything moving. That's it. All right, standing with your feet nice and wide apart. We're going to touch the floor and reach up. Just warming up the legs. I'm not too concerned about how deep your squat is for this. This is just a warm up. We're going for 10. Touch and reach. If that's too sore lifting your arms up, you can just keep them as where you can for 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Nice. Now open those arms as wide as you can and close them in front of you. So we're opening and close, stretching out the chest, palms facing forward. For 3 more. 2 and 1. Very nice. Keep those legs nice and wide. We're going to go into a little side lunge, side to side, dropping the bottom down, keeping your back nice and flat. That's it. Warming up those legs. Very nice. Now putting your hands on the floor. So now we're going a little bit lower. Stretching the inner thighs. Open your legs if you need to. Make your legs a little bit wider. Very good. Now keeping those knees straight, we're going to take opposite hand to foot, doing a little rotation. And twist. For 5, 3, 2, 1. Hands on the floor in the middle, relax your head down. Walking those feet in towards each other. And on a breath out, you're going to start curling up. Tucking your pelvis under, pulling that belly button in 1 vertebra at a time. Shoulder blades slide down and back and head comes up last. Awesome. Coming onto your hands and knees for our first exercise. I'm going to give you 2 options for this. The full exercise, we're going to hover the knees off the floor, and then from there we're going to go up into a downward dog, coming back into that hover. From here, so if you want to drop your knees down to the floor, you can keep your knees on the floor and then just lift up into a downward dog. So we're either going to hover, lifting up, or you're going to drop your knees down. Okay, let's go in 3, 2, 1. Enjoy that stretch. Hold it, coming back to the hover. Shoulder blades down and back, and coming back. In this big hover position, make sure your shoulder blades are pulled down away from your ears. That's it. If this is too uncomfortable for your shoulder, then you can just go on your elbows if you want, or you can just hold this hover position. Stretch, nice. We've got 20 seconds. That's it, perfect. Tummy pulled in. Beautiful. For 10. Shoulders slide down. Tummy pulled in. Last 2. Let's pull out 1 more. Very nice. Now you're going to come onto your elbows in a plank. With this, if this hurts your shoulder, you can hold a wall squat. So on a plank position on your elbows, we're going to either hold it, or we're doing the saw, where you go forward and back. So you're on your elbows, you rock yourself forward on your toes and come back. If that's uncomfortable, just hold the plank. If your shoulders hurt, you can do a wall squat. Okay, let's go. In 3, 2, 1. Tummy pulled in. We're going forward and back. Your shoulder blades stay pulled down. So this really works your abs. Keep your back nice and flat. That's very nice. Well done, everyone. Perfect. Shoulders down and back. And back. Beautiful. Tummy pulled in. Make sure you're not arching. This is called the plank saw. Working those abs. We've got 10 seconds. Tummy in. Beautiful. For 5, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Coming onto your hands and knees. We're going to go into our bird dog. So this is your opposite arm and leg sliding away. You want to keep your hand and foot on the floor as much as you can, and then you extend. You want to try and touch the wall in front of you and the foot behind you, but you don't want to arch up, so your tummy stays pulled in. And then we bring it down, and we're going to change sides. Okay, let's go in 3, 2, 1. Slide that arm and foot. Really watch your abs. You want to keep your weight evenly on both hands. Now when you change sides, you don't want a huge weight shift. You want to imagine that your body stays dead still. Pulling in those abs. Sliding. When you change, it almost must be imperceptible, that change and shift. Tummy pulled in. Very nice. We've got 15 seconds. Reach. Squeezing in those abs. Let's go for 2 more. Stretch. Try and touch the wall ahead and behind you. Very nice. Last one. Now hold that leg there. Place that hand behind your head. And now we're going to tuck knee to elbow and reaching out. Let's go. Tummy pulled in. And stretch. Open that elbow up. Tuck in the abs. And stretch. Beautiful. Breathing out as you bring that elbow to knee. Really tuck. Nice. We've got 20 seconds. Tummy pulled in. Open up that elbow. Really think of engaging your abs. Tuck and crunch. And then open up that elbow. Perfect. For 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's change sides. Lengthen out that leg. Remember not to arch the back. Pull that tummy in. Hand behind your head. And let's go. Tuck and reach. Perfect. Making sure not to arch the back. Balancing yourself on that opposite arm and knee. So we're engaging that core. Tuck. Beautiful. 30 seconds. Stretch. Tummy pulled in. Breathing out. Very nice. Whenever you make sure you open up that elbow at the top so you get a little bit of thoracic extension and then tucking in. Perfect. We've got 10 seconds. Lift that elbow when you're back. Nice. For 5, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Come and sit on your bottom. We're going to go into our roll-ups. So lying flat on your back, arms stretched out, legs stretched out. If you need to bend your legs for the roll-up, you can and do it like a sit-up. Otherwise, we're going to breathe in, arms and head up. Breathing out to roll through that spine, reaching forward for your feet. Then sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down and back. And then you're going to curl all the way down. If you need to bend your knees, you absolutely can. So let's go. Breathing in and breathing out. Using those abs to pull you up. Bend your knees if you need. Stretch. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down and back. And then start rolling down from that pelvis. Really tuck under. Look at your belly button. Nice. We're going for 5 of these. And breathing out. Squeeze those inner thighs. Reach. Sitting up nice and tall and then curl down 1 vertebra at a time. It's nice and slow. Let's go for 3 more. And breathing out. Stretch. Sitting up tall. Remember to sit up tall. If you want to bend your knees for that, and then curling down. Nice. Keep going. Let's go for 1 more. And breathing out to roll up. Using those abs. Stretch. Sitting up nice and tall and curling down. Now you're going to bend your knees, coming to sit up. We're going to roll back halfway. So you're going to tuck your tummy and roll back halfway, arms out in front of you. Squeeze your thighs together. And we're going to twist and come back. Breathing out as you twist. If this hurts your low back, then in between, sitting up, and then take it down to twist and coming up. Let's go. Tummy pulled in. Breathing in and stretch. Alternate sides. Keep pulling in that belly button. Squeeze. Have a little tuck under in your spine. So your spine's not completely straight. We're pulling in that belly button. That's it. 20 seconds. Squeeze those inner thighs so you want your knees to stay completely together. Shoulders away from your ears. Nice. And twist. We've got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful job. Come and lie on your back. We're going to go into our pelvic curl from here. So, lying on your back, feet hip distance apart. Tummy pulled in. Think of tilting that pelvis, hands by your side. Have your heels close enough that you can touch them with your hands. And from here, we're going to curl through that spine, pushing up through those heels, lifting up those hips. Breathing out, tummy pulled in, and curl down from your rib cage, one vertebra at a time as you go. Beautiful. Breathing out. Knaping, sucking everything in, pushing through those heels. And curling down all the way. Just because we're doing 45 seconds doesn't mean you want to rush. Just focus on this basic exercise, which is a real fundamental for Pilates. Tummy pulled in, squeezing that bum. And curling down. Very nice. Let's go for 5 more. Breathing out. Then we're going to hold it up there. Squeeze. Tummy in. And rolling down. Nice work. 2 more. Pulling in those abs. Squeezing, tilting the pelvis. On this last one, hold it up there. Breathing out. Push through the heels. Very nice. Now you're going to lift your heels up and down. Reconnect that tilt. Heels go up and down. Tummy pulled in. You want to keep your hips up and you're just lifting those heels up and down. Keep squeezing. If you feel your back at all, tilt that pelvis more. Suck in those abs. Breathing out as you lift. Let's go. We've got 25 seconds. Tummy pulled in. Nice. Breathing out as you go. Let's go for 10 seconds. Nearly there. 5. We're going to hold it up here. Still for 1 more exercise. 2, 1. Drop your heels down. Tilt that pelvis. We're going to march our legs. Lifting one leg up and down. Keep those hips lifted. Breathing out. The leg that's on the floor, really push through that heel so you activate the glute. Nice, lifting up those hips. Keep sucking everything in so your belly button's scooping in towards your spine. 20 seconds to go. Push through that heel. Breathing out. Nice work. We've got 10. Tilt that pelvis. 5. 3, 2, 1, curling down. Hug those knees into your chest. Give your back a little stretch. From here, we're going to stay down here. Your head stays flat. I'm going to put my hands behind my head. It just lifts up my neck a little bit. Legs in the air. We're going to go into our single leg stretch. Your head stays down from here. You want to think of activating those abs. So you tilt that pelvis up towards you. Let's go. Breathing out as you change. Your low back stays glued to the floor. So if you need to lift those legs a little higher, you must just activate those abs, lift that tailbone, tummy pulled in, back glued to the floor. Breathing out as you change. That's perfect. We've got 20 seconds. Beautiful. Breathe out as you change. Keep it up. For 10. Tummy pulled in, keep gluing that back to the floor. 5, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Take those legs up straight into the air. If you need your knees to be a little bit bent, that's fine. We're going to go into our scissors. Dropping one leg down, other leg to join it. And again, only lower that leg as much as you can manage without arching your back. Breathing out. Tummy pulled in. Slow and controlled. Great work. Keep visualizing those abs attaching to your pelvis and pulling up that tailbone towards your nose. We've got 20 seconds to go. Beautiful. Breathing out. Tummy in. For 10. Don't arch the back. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Coming onto your side. So from here, we're going to go into our side plank position. Make sure your elbows directly under your shoulder so you don't irritate that shoulder. Knees bent. We're going to lift up. We're going to open that leg and extend. So it's almost like the clam stinger, but the other leg stays on the floor. So we're going to lift open, extend, toes, and close. Let's go. Breathing out. Lift. That's it. Toes together and then close down. That's it. Tummy pulled in all the time, hips facing forward. Beautiful. Nice work. 30 seconds to go. Really squeezing in those abs. Working both top and bottom glute with this. Nice, guys. We've got 20 seconds. Stretch. Breathing out as you lift. For 5. This one starts creeping up on you. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Coming onto your hands and knees. You're going to keep that, I have my left elbow, my right elbow on the floor. You're going to keep that elbow on the floor and you have your other arm next to it. So we're here. Okay, from here, that same leg, you're going to bring that knee to your elbow and extend. So my one elbow is on the floor, my other arm straight, knee to elbow. Same leg we were just using. Let's go. And stretch it out. Your hips are opening up towards the camera, so don't try and keep both hips facing the floor. Not possible with this, and we actually want that slight rotation, so we're working your obliques. Shoulders sliding down away from your ears. That's it. Very nice. We've got 20 seconds. Then we're going to go into our side clam lift on the other side. Stretch. Beautiful. 10. Try and keep your head lifted. Don't hang your head. Keep it in. That's better. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Let's go on to our other side for our clam stinger lift. Elbow directly under your shoulder. Hand on your hip, knees bent. We're going to open, extend, toes, and close. Let's go. That's it. And down. Tummy pulled in. If this is too sore on your shoulder, just go into the clam stinger, lie flat. Okay, if you're struggling, it's the same exercise. The bridge just gives us that underneath butt, which works as well. 20 seconds to go. Beautiful job. Tummy pulled in all the time, scooping those abs in. 10. Then we're going to rotate to that half 4-point kneeling. Nice. 3, 2, 1. Let's squeeze out one more. Very nice. Now coming onto your knees with that same elbow down. From here, we're going to take that knee to your elbow and lift. Same leg you were just using. That's it. Pull your shoulder blades away from your ears and try and tuck that other foot under. Try not to have it there. It keeps your balance a little bit trickier. So the foot that's kneeling, have it pointed and relaxed. That's it, 30 seconds, tummy in. Slide those shoulder blades away from your ears. Nice. Very good, we've got 15 seconds. In and out. Good job. Shoulder blades sliding down and back. For 5, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Come and lie on that side that you've just on. So I'm on my left side. We're going to wrap the underneath arm around your rib cage. Hand on the floor by your elbows. We're going to do a little combination. You're going to do our tricep push-up. Then lift both your legs off the floor. So we're working our side. So we're going to go push. There we go. And then legs up. That's it. Let's go. Both legs. So sometimes we do this with just the one leg lifting. Now we're lifting both. Beautiful. Breathing out as you lift. Tummy pulled in all the time. Nice. 30 seconds. Push. We're trying to work the whole body here today. And lift. Tummy pulled in. Nice work. Breathing out. We've got 5. Squeeze. You should feel it in your side. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Let's change sides. Then we're going to come up into standing. So lying on your side, arms and legs all in one line. Wrap that underneath arm around your ribs. Hand on the floor. And let's go. Breathing out. Tummy in. Squeeze your inner thighs together as you lift. Nice. We're working our sides. And the inner thighs as well. Beautiful. You might find one side you're able to lift more than the other. That's okay. It's all about trying to create balance in the body. 20 seconds. That's it. As you lift those legs, really pull your abs in. You'll get a better lift. Nice. 10. All the way. Shoulders sliding away from your ears, breathing out. Last one. Great job. Let's come up into standing. Standing with your feet nice and wide, similar to what we started with. We're going to do our Sumo Squat. So feet 45 degrees. We're going to come down, bring the elbows in and reach. So we're going to squat. Let's go. Breathing out. Squeeze those elbows together. Squeeze your shoulder blades down. Nice. Tummy pulled in. Knees go facing back. Don't let your knees roll in. That's it. 25 seconds. Squeeze. Almost there. We've got a few more exercises. Shoulders down and back. Tummy in. And squeeze. You want to really visualize those shoulder blades squeezing together at the back. For 5, 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to stay with your legs there, arms out to the side. We're going to touch the opposite foot, coming up. So I actually want you to think of using your waist and your abs for this. Keep your legs bent straight if you can. We're going to touch and up, rotate. Tummy pulled in. So it's a little bit of mobility, but I also want you to think of using your abs. It's almost like you're chopping with a saw. Tummy in. We're getting a little stretch. Good job. Shoulder blades sliding down your back, tummy in. 20 seconds. When you come up, make sure you come up fully, opening up. That's it. Down and up. Knees stay straight if you can. Nice. We've got 5, 3, 2, 1. Very Very nice. Now we're going to go into a deadlift position. So we're going to stand on your left leg. Shoulder blades down and back. You're going to reach down towards the floor. You want to try and have a straight line from head to foot. Kick the bottom with the heel, stretch, and coming up. Okay, if you need something for balance, you can. Shoulders stay down and back. Tummy stays pulled in. Let's go. Find a spot to focus on. Hold it here. Heel to bottom. Stretch, and coming up. This is all about control. If you need to touch the floor, you can have a little bit of balance there. Tummy pulled in, but you must keep your back straight. So if you get to here and you need to start rounding your back, then don't go down all the way. Let's go. Let's do 6 more on this side. Tummy pulled in. Kick. Stretch. So you've really got to focus on your balance. Focus on that standing leg. Use your abs. Nice. Keep going. We've got 4 more. Tummy pulled in. 3. Beautiful job. 2 more in your own time. Don't worry if I'm rushing you. I want you to do 10. So I've got 1 more after this. I'm using that standing glute. Nice. Very good. If you've done 10, we're going to change to the other side. A lot of this is about balance, but also stability on that standing leg and your shoulders and your tummy. Stand with your leg behind you, shoulders down and back. We're going for 10. Reach down, back straight, bend, straighten, and up. Nice work. I want a nice flat back the whole way. Tummy pulled in. So we've really got to focus on our balance. It works all our proprioceptive neurons. They're firing away so early in the morning. Stretch. Tummy pulled in. Nice. We've got 6 more. Then we've got 1 or 2 sets of abs. And then we are done. Really focus on this leg that you're standing on. Feel the pressure between all your toes. Our toes are so important, so random, and I would never mention toes. But your toes are incredibly important for balance. We've got 3 more. Shoulder blades down and back. Tummy in. 2. Shoulders away from your ears. Last one. Try and have a nice flat back. Shoulders slide down and back. Very nice. Well done. Coming onto your mat. We're going to finish off with just 2 ab exercises. Lying on your back, legs up, arms up. We're going into our dead bug. Tummy pulled in. You're going to breathe in, opposite arm and leg away. Breathing out. Let's go. Keep that belly button pulled in. You want your low back to stay glued to the floor the whole time. Visualize those abs pulling your tailbone up towards you. Breathing in. That's it. All the way. Tummy pulled in. Very nice. Slow and controlled. Even though your back is on the floor, still think of your shoulders away from your ears. Tummy tilted. Nice. We've got 10 seconds. Beautiful. 3, 2, 1. Hands behind your head. Lift your head and shoulders. We're going to go into our oblique twist. Let's go. Breathing out. As you change, think opposite shoulder to knee. Keep your head and shoulders up. Chin tucked in. Breathing out as you change. Nice. All the way. Stretch. We've got 15 seconds left. Beautiful job. 10. Back stays glued to the floor. 3, 2, 1. Well those legs, your knees into your chest. Let's do a very quick stretch while we're here. You're going to cross your right ankle over your left knee, and let's pull that left thigh in towards you. So we're doing our figure of 4 stretch, stretching out the right glute. That's it, pulling it in, stretching those butt muscles. Very nice. Good, place that foot down on the floor, keep that right ankle there, and you're going to pull that right knee down towards the left side. You want to try and get that knee onto the floor with your shoulder still staying down flat. So pulling it there, it's still crossed over. You'll feel a good stretch in your low back. Very nice. Use your breath out to get a little bit more range. Coming back into the middle. Let's change legs. Take your left ankle onto your right knee. Pull that knee in towards you. Getting a lovely stretch on the left glute. If you need more of a stretch, you can take your hands over. Whatever you need to do to feel the stretch in that left glute. Then place that foot down on the floor. Keep your ankle crossed over, and you're going to pull those knees down to the right side. Use your right hand. Stretch that left hand away from you. Turn your palm up to the ceiling. Perfect. Use that breath. Lovely. Bringing your knees into your chest, rock side to side. And then roll up into sitting. Awesome job, guys. Well done. Great session for the morning.